Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. So we're going to continue in Hoohoo Village, and we're actually going to go to Hoohoo Mountain now. And this is where the game starts to get a little bit more interesting, but let's just continue on. First, we of course need to get hammers because Fawful was very mean and put some big giant blocks in the way. And we get to run into some new enemies, and these are going to be these weird bean things, beanies, and these guys, god darn it, keep messing up the jumps. So they have a couple of different attacks, and they're not really too difficult, and we're going to run into them pretty often throughout the game. They show up a few other times. Oh wow, that's a good one. And also we're getting Woo Beans. Beans are going to become extremely helpful later on, so okay. Let's see, that one looked like a bunch of ones. Let's try hit points, and one again. Yeah. Okay, Luigi, I don't think I've gotten higher than a 1 for those level ups yet so far, so that's really annoying, but anyway, being able to finish off these beanies in one hit is always nice. And I believe, yep, there's a mushroom over there. And let's see if I can jump on you. Nope, for some reason that didn't count as a jump. Okay, can I kill you in one hit? Nope, but Luigi is going to be a little bit slower than these beanies. So you could see there they had that other attack where they kind of wait for a second and try to feign an attack, and I don't really know why they do that, but it's kind of funny. You could actually do a lot of this area without the high jump, but it kind of becomes pretty impossible to do this area without a high jump pretty quick, so anyway, that guy, so I guess they only have 6 health. Huh, interesting. Okay, so I am gonna spend the time killing most of these enemies in this game just because it does help in the long run. Okay, that's Mountain Trail. Oh, I remember. Jeez. Dang it, Luigi. There is a lot more to this mountain than I remember there being. Luigi's gonna take some damage. No? Okay. Actually, okay, I shouldn't say that there's a lot more than I remember there being. I should say I forgot what we're gonna have to do, and I just now remembered, and it's so much fun. Because this game is just awesome. Okay. Syrup. That may come in handy for the boss of this area. We'll see. Now, before I go down there... Okay. Yep. Just checking sure, and let's take out a few of these enemies. Oh, cool. Now we get to run into Dry Bones again. Or not again, but for the first time. There's also another kind of interesting dino enemy later in this game. Can't remember. That was the Luigi spin. Man, Luckies all days. Okay, so they are just called Dry Bones. They're a little bit different from the Dry Bones in other games, but you know, what are you gonna do? And there's another bean spot kind of down there with the X and the depression and the dirt. And that's another reason you have to come back to this area later, but it's really annoying coming back to the Hoohoo Mountain because you can either go through Stardust Fields or there's another way you can go later on that we'll get to, but it's just... I don't know, getting here, there's just no easy way. And these Dry Bones, for some reason, love to attack Luigi. I don't know why they're so anti-Luigi, but I don't think I've ever had them attack Mario. Yep, there we go. Luigi again. His head will just spin kind of on a different axis when he's gonna attack Mario. So anyway, nothing else to do down there. That's just a bunch of, oh, that's just some enemies. But anyway, this is kind of cool. Whoa! Super speed. Tornado there. Okay, so I think... Alright, this is always fun. Let's kill these Dry Bones first. Aw, sorry, Luigi. I forgot that they'll throw their heads at you. Oh, Luigi, you're probably going to take a little bit of damage now. Yep, okay. And Luigi once again. Come on, Mario. No? Okay. I want one of the Dry Bones to attack Mario. There we go. That kind of spinny is the head one, so... I mean, what am I saying? That kind of spin head is the Mario attack. And wow, there's another Mario? It's probably like 50-50 chance, but for the most part they've attacked Luigi most of the time here. Man, I thought that would kill that Dry Bones. Okay, now I believe, yep, there's a dry bones over here. That one's usually pretty easy to jump on. One of the harder things to do is when these guys spin their heads at you, jumping on them in the overworld can be pretty, it's a weird challenge, it's kind of tough. These dry bones do not like Mario for some reason. Okay, now I think it's been enough time since I've gotten up his power. I can probably up that a little bit. Although I kind of want more bros points, but more power is fine, so let's do that. Probably 1 again, right? Oh, a 2! Huh. Interesting. Alright, so we need to turn on this water here, and we'll need to use it to put out that fire. And we're actually going to be coming out of here. And just to make this a little bit easier, we're going to shut off these guys. Or we're going to kill these guys here. Ha! Killed him. Okay, Luigi, I think, once again, your speed, I don't know, maybe we don't need your speed. Let's get your power up so you can start doing as much damage as Mario. 3, nice! I think that's pretty close to Mario's power now. Okay, so there's a couple of boxes up there we're gonna have to get, and I just want to show over here. There's another bean, and there's also a box to the right that we'll get later. So anyway, let's continue on, and we will get that, we'll get that water going, get the syrup there. We're gonna have to do it here too. So that's what this is talking about. Now, we'll just do it this way like we did in Hoohoo Village, and we'll just use up Mario, or fill him up, and then jump on him with Luigi. That will make all of this steam that will get sucked down and then put into this really weird statue face. I don't even know what to call it. And then back upwards we go. If I could jump correctly, there we go. Now let's spin, and then we're going to spin this way to get this box. And let's spin over here, and a very lovely save point. I think in my walkthrough when I recorded this it must have been 2 or 3 years ago by now, I think I ended the video after every save point, which isn't a bad way to end the tutorials, but we are not making a walkthrough now, so no reason to. And let's get more coins, even though we don't have to pay anybody coins for a very long time. I don't think we're gonna have to for a while. I think there's a point where we're gonna have to give some jellyfish sisters a couple hundred coins, and that'll be a little bit painful, but for the most part, as long as you don't spend everything straight away, it's not a big deal. Wow, a lucky 13 this early on. I've never had that happen before. I'm having some good level up powers with you, Mario. And a lucky 10. Your stash points are working hard. Okay, so we'll take out all of these guys on the bottom, because if you fill Mario up with water and then you get hit by an enemy, that will actually get rid of all the water, so then you'll have to go back to Mario or you'll have to go back to the water to get Mario filled up again. Wow, these fights are going pretty quick. That's nice. So yeah, anyway, there's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be this one, and then there's going to be one in the next room, and I think I'm going to YOLO it and just try to get the one in the next room before I fight enemies. I know I've done it before. I made like this challenge for this game where you fight no enemies except the bosses, and if you run into an enemy you have to run away, so that's kind of brutal with the coins. Oh, there we go. The beanie saw me straight away. So this part was really challenging with that challenge that I made for myself just because of this reason right here. And I mean, there were other rules, like you couldn't change your gear, you had to use the same gear, and it was a lot of fun. It was actually kind of hard. And then I think I made it where if you leveled up, you had to put it into useless things, so I think I just said, I don't know what I put it in, but I think I think what I said was you had to put it into the same thing so your chances of getting it up significantly are lowered, because if you put the same skill into the same like stat thing every time you level up, then you have a way higher chance to get a 1. And I think I must have done speed or something. I don't really know. All of them are pretty useful. I don't think I said stash because that causes crits, but yeah. So anyway, it was kind of a fun challenge. And the hard part was near the end when you're kind of timed for the boss fights. That became a little bit difficult, but it's not too bad. It was. I should find it. I wrote it down somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in the description of these videos for anyone who wants to try. Oops. Oh, and I think I allowed. Whoops, sorry about that, Mario. I think I allowed the use of items, but I may not have. And I was looking online for other people's challenges, and some of them wouldn't let you use bros moves that much, but I didn't really think that mattered too much, so I didn't really care if they were used or not. Anyway, we will turn on the water here, and I think the first boss of this area will be next. No! Okay, I said I'd get as many of those. Oh, sorry, Luigi. Keep walking into these. I said I'd get as many of these boxes as I can, so we gotta go back now. I don't think I need to high jump up there. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my goodness. You know, part of it really is the controls on the Wii U. They're just different enough. Probably they're responsive enough that it makes it a little bit harder than on the Game Boy Advance, so that's part of my issue here. Okay, mushroom. Oh, I thought that was a super mushroom. Kind of annoying. Alright, so let's go fill up this Super Mario here, and then we will put out this flame. Okay. And then we can spin our way over, and don't forget to come up here. I think there's a 1-up up here, which does come in handy. Yeah, there's a 1-up right there, and then there's a couple of coins. So that's always good, and then there's a save point because our boss, and probably one of the first annoying mini-games of my childhood. We'll see why that is in the next video. Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga playthrough, so here is Hoohoros, I believe is his name. He's going to be the first boss of the Hoohoo Mountain. And we're gonna get to do his challenge, which is actually a pretty annoying challenge, but I think I should be able to do it just fine. Now I kind of already messed it up because Luigi should be in front, but we'll switch that right away. So we have to collect these blocks within 30 seconds, and we have to get 10 of them. If we fall off, and then we fail immediately. And this, I remember, this took me forever when I was younger, but it's not usually too bad. I guess looks like I'll get it with close to 10 seconds left now. The annoying thing is when those are so far away. No, bad Hoohoros. Okay, there we go. And then, of course, for a double whammy, you have to actually defeat Hoohoros himself. I don't know why he's so against people coming into his mountain. That's kind of odd. Okay, so what this boss is gonna do is go in these two pillars here, and we can't really defeat the first pillar he goes under because he's just gonna go under the other pillar and that cycle will continue indefinitely. So you need to defeat the pillar that he is not under and then defeat the pillar he is under, and he'll be like, oh, wait a minute. He's got a couple of annoying attacks that I will probably die on because I missed it. So that's annoying. I'll probably have Luigi eat a mushroom here, actually, because I didn't know he'd do 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. So, wow, I already have 28 mushrooms. That's pretty good. This attack is always just a little bit annoying because it has a delay, and then you have to jump a little bit after you think you should. Let's see how quickly it'll take me to get Mario's Splash 1 to advanced for his bros move. Okay, so I should have been destroying that other pillar. That would have helped us a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. And of course when he's like, oh, you took away my cover, and now he's gonna get all mad at you. So okay, let's do this one. I don't know why that Luigi's bros move, his default one anyway, has like the weirdest timing. It's just almost unnatural if you ask me. So Mario's is like totally fine, but Luigi's not so much. Wow, I didn't even get Hoohoros, like I didn't even let him do his attack where he'd swing his lasers at me twice. That's pretty nice. That's probably the fastest I've ever killed that guy. That's that's pretty cool. It's so weird with these games how they're so hard when you're a kid and then you play it when you're older, like now. I mean, I've played this game a million times, but you play it like now, and I'm just blasting right through this, which is totally fine. It's still fun, but man. Alright, let's get both of these boxes, and that was a really easy boss, and then we're gonna save again. And I think we may actually be able to make it to the summit in this video, and then the next video I'll plan on doing the boss of this place, and then getting out of the Hoohoo village entirely. But we'll see what happens. So there's going to be this box here that we'll have to hit, and that will start up that waterfall. So then there's a few enemies we'll have to defeat. I believe these guys have the dinos now. Yes. Now these dinos are kind of interesting. Rexes. They've showed up in other Mario games before, but you always want to attack them first because, as you see, he gets shrunk when you step on them, and that makes them easier to dodge when they attack. And if they're at their full height, I don't believe you can actually jump high enough to defeat them or to counter them. So you do need to jump on them to get them lower so you can actually avoid getting hit. Okay, so let's jeez. Let's get your defense up. 6 damage. Ah, why didn't you stop on the 3? 6 damage from that boss is a lot. So let's get some of that damage reduction with Mario here. So in this case there's 2 Rexes, and we're going to want to do the same thing, get them both shrunk down, so that way when they attack we'll be able to actually dodge them. And we're not going to be able to, see, they're too high if you have them on the highest stage, but anyway, we're not going to be able to take them out before they attack us, so we'll just do it this way. And we'll let the dry bones take any amount of damage he does when he attacks us, and then we'll finish him off. Apparently right now I meant to finish Rex off, but whatever. This is fine. That works. Okay, Luigi, you too, let's get your defense up a little bit. 20 is pretty low, although that's low too, and anyway, let's do this one. 2 again. Alright, not bad. As long as it's not 1, I will be pretty happy. Okay. So now we need to go over here with this weird little 2-step stairway. Don't know what the point of that is. And once again, look at this, another reason to come back here. Now I think... No, I don't think I can spin over there. Pretty sure I need to get the tornado. So anyway, we'll spin here. And then we'll come down to the right. And we'll go down a hidden passageway and out this end. This kind of reminds me of the Where's Waldo pictures for some reason. There's just some Where's Waldo pictures that just kind of have that weird rustic look, and for some reason that just always reminds me of it. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to go back up there. We will get that box too. And no, Luigi. Okay, let's try that again. Good. Ah, dang it, jeez. This, like, the analog stick on the Wii U is just so sensitive compared to the Game Boy Advance, so it's just, I don't know, I just can't get used to it. Alright, so we're actually, dang, we're like really close to the end now. I think this will probably be the last or second to last area, but, oops. I need to remember to double jump when I'm doing this stuff. Here, Luigi, please tell me you can attack. Thank you. Okay, Dry Bones, take your damage. Nobody likes you anyway. And we will smash Rex down to a more manageable size, and then we'll take him out entirely. Jeez, lucky 14 again. Beautiful. Why can't I get a lucky with that kind of hit? Okay. Die, Dry Bones. Lucky 13. Dry Bones have higher defense than Rex does. That's interesting. And there's one final. Oh, no, no, no! Why did you jump up there, Luigi? Anyway, there's one final Beanie, and then a final Rex, and I think that'll be it for the basic enemies in this area. Darn, I missed. Wow. Luckies for days. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, we need to come over here so we can hit this. Oh, whoops. I am confused, apparently. I mean, I wanted to get that box, but I thought that was like an exclamation box, so, okay. Anyway, we'll do this, and it's kind of a trick you can do just to go back and forth, and we'll come up here, speed our way up the stairs. Okay, so yeah, we're getting there near the end, and there's yet another one of those tornadoes that are moving, but again, first we're just gonna go take care of any enemies that are here. And I said that other Beanie was one of the last enemies. I was totally wrong. I am, for some reason, forgetting this area entirely, and I've played through this area like 50 billion times, so I'll just stop acting like I know what I'm talking about. Ouch! Jumped too late there. Okay, so I think... Oops, wrong one. I think there's another enemy, but contemplating whether or not I should bother killing him. No! What the heck? That has never happened to me before. Okay, there we go. So now you can just kind of do this. Yeah, there's another enemy here. Oh, well, I said I'd get all the boxes, so let's do it. Now let's not get... Okay, I was gonna say let's not miss the jump on Rex again, but I'm just gonna lucky him and also the Beanie, so that was like total wreckage. Holy moly. Okay, can I go on there right now? No. Okay. Oh! Whoa! Jeez! Never had that happen before. Just trying to see if I could go on that ledge yet, but I couldn't remember if you could. So anyway, we need to do that just so we can get these, and then we can drop down here. Let's see what that says, just in case. Summit ahead, beware of excessive whirlwind spinning. Aww. That was a troll there. Hey. There we go. Oh, are you joking? I thought... Oh, I went back right at the last second. Man, I'm having the most problems with this spot than... Like, I'm having more problems here than I've ever had in my entire life with this, so... Really? What the heck? Oh, my goodness. Come on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Wow, I don't know why that took so long. Alright, anyway, didn't need to do that, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so here's the summit, and this is actually pretty cool here. You can see all of Beanbean Kingdom, so there's the University, there's the castle, there's the, oh, I think that's the Oasis Island that we'll be heading to. Teehee Valley, which is probably the best place in the game. Chucklehook Woods, which is probably one of the most memorable places. Pretty sure that's Joke's End, which is no joke, and of course the runway. So this is going to be some pretty epicness once we get out into that big world. And I believe with this save, that'll be where I am ending this video. Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga walkthrough, playthrough, whatever you want to call it. Here we're going to be doing the boss on top of the Hoohoo Mountain Summit, and we're going to run into Blablanodon here. Fools! So the first real boss in this game, or at least what I'm going to call the first real boss, and this is going to be Dragonhoho. So at first we're going to be trying to shrink him down a little bit to size. Holy cow, that did a lot of damage. And there we go. Now we'll be able to do some bros moves on him. And this just makes him a tiny bit easier to manage, although I don't know if that's even true because he'll just be kind of annoying no matter what you do. And his attack, like when he does his face up that way, he's going to attack Mario, but you can just double jump with both of them and dodge it either way, so it doesn't really matter. But even to this day, I keep missing that. He still is pretty annoying, so now he's going to use that block to jump on, and I could break it, but then he just spit out another one, so there's really no reason for me to do that. I'm just going to go straight after him, and it's going to be kind of... Whoops, jeez. It's gonna be kind of weird dodging these, because it just is. Yeah, see, that kind of sucks. Oh! Wow! I don't think I've died here in a long time. Jeez. Sorry, Mario. Okay, now if I were smart, I'd give him both mushrooms right now, but I'm not smart, so we're just gonna try to YOLO it, and hopefully I'll dodge the others. Nope. Okay, got it. Like, dodging Mario there is just really weird timing. Okay, got that. And he's dead. So, okay, one mushroom, but not a big deal. Got a super mushroom in return. And they level up, I think, once again. I'm probably gonna get their defense up. Or, you know, let's get their hit points up. I haven't done that in a while. 2 is not very high, but I'll go with it. Okay, so if we ever want to go back to the top of the summit, we just have to talk to Blablanodon again, but as we saw there, that was Prince Peasley in all of his glory, and he was someone that I really did not like when I first played this game, but these days I think he is just so awesome because he is that kind of character you sorta hate. But we got the golden rose, or the green rose, and we're going to show that once we get to Beanbean Castle, and this is something I sort of miss from older games, is that, like, he just says, hey, go to Beanbean Castle. It doesn't really tell you exactly where to go, and the way the world's designed, you're going to make it there eventually, so it's pretty cool. So anyway, we got to walk in here, and now we're going to get our hammers. Okay, so we finally got our hammer, and as he said, we just push R to activate it, and then we can swing it this way, so let's go break that rock. And there's going to be 2 more hammer upgrades throughout the game that we're going to be getting eventually, but we can't get them yet. Also, Luigi can activate his hammer now, and he can hit Mario, who gets a little bit angry at him for that. So now we're going to go down and break that block. We can just kind of jump down here. And we're gonna break this block, right? We're gonna break that block that Fawful put in our way very rudely, and we're gonna grab some nuts. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I think nuts, yeah, they give both bros hit points, which are very useful. So nuts are probably better than mushrooms, although mushrooms are really good when one person just needs a bunch of health quickly. And then, of course, there's gonna be even more rocks here that they're gonna want us to use, as well as a flaming rock, which we can't do anything with, and if you touch it, you just kind of get hurt. So let's jump up here. We'll smash down this block, and then we can get into the water fountain here. And now we can actually use the hammer with Luigi, and we can spray 3 little bursts of water with Mario instead of just one big long stream. So this is good because later on we're going to be using this way more, and it lets you spray water way farther than it would if you didn't use the hammer. So I think I'll probably save after, I'll save now, but I'll probably end the video after we do this next part. Now, I mentioned before how difficult it is to actually get out of Hoohoo Village, or how difficult it is to even get back in, and this area over here helps a little bit. I'll show this off first, but I mean, there's a couple of boxes here, and there's a bean right there, so I'll be coming back for all this. But anyway, once we get out there, we'll be able to climb up here and then jump down, but we can't really get out that way. So I don't know why they made Hoohoo Mountains so isolated, but there's really no easy way to get in here, because if we wanted to come back this way, that would just not be very fun. So anyway, this is going to be some minecarts, and these were also a very extremely annoying minigame when I first did these, but these days they're not too bad. So the carts are a pretty interesting minigame, and you can explain it if you want, but the concept's pretty easy. You use Mario and Luigi, and you jump with Mario and Luigi, and then one of them will have a light that you have to shine on Luigi. So Luigi can jump, Mario can jump, and you kind of want to have the light in front of Luigi, and you also have to pick up batteries, or else your flashlight will run out of energy. But anyway, you kind of want to have the light in front of Luigi so you can see what's coming. And at first, there's not a whole lot that's going to be terrible. There's going to be some gems that Luigi will have to jump to get, but there's not going to be a whole lot of enemies. And I believe you need, not for this one, but for the other times, if you ever come back to this minigame, you're going to have to get a certain amount of gems to succeed. And I think, I'm not sure if you have to get any for this first time, but anyway, we saw that thwomp head thing guy fall from the ceiling, and there will be a few of those, but not too many. And then you can tell if the gem's in the background, if it's smaller than the one in the foreground, and you can also just try to jump with both Mario and Luigi if you're not sure. And I'm pretty sure one's green and one is red, but I'm colorblind, so I don't really know. So anyway, that's all 11 gems, and I think I might be able to get 15 gems. And if you hit one of those, I believe you lose some gems, so try to avoid them. Whoops. Okay, good, I did get it. And yep, here's the final 2 gems, and there we go. Okay, so we do have to get 10 gems to succeed this part. And this is another one of those mini-games you can return to later, and you do get some okay prizes. I don't think there's anything too spectacular, but if you want to do it just for the sake of completion, then here it is. Just remember how to come back. So that dog's life is near the end, I guess. I don't know if he's the same or a different one than the other dog, because he doesn't have his little dog friend with him, but kind of a sad story there. And now we get into the big, grand old world of Beanbean Kingdom. And I think I'm gonna go through the hammer tutorial. In fact, I may as well just get to the Beanbean City, where the castle is. I may as well just go to there in this video. So here's another tutorial that we're going to be unable to skip, which kind of annoys me, but you know, what are you going to do? It's filled with suspense! Suspense! Okay, so we learned how to use our hammers, and these are rocks that we will not be able to break for a pretty long time. And, I mean, hammer combat's pretty much the same as it is in jumping combat, but a couple of coins here we're gonna grab a hold of, and there's also, we're gonna have to come back here later on to get some stuff, so this is a pretty cool place. But pretty much everywhere in this world that you have to go to at some point. So as I said before, if you ever want to go back, you can just come here, and this is that waterfall that I said you can't really jump up. But if you do jump down there, you either have to go through a pipe, which we don't have any others unlocked yet, or you have to go all the way through that minecart again, so just keep that in mind. And then up here, there's this ghost which disappears. We'll be able to use him later, but not yet. And I'm just trying to get myself a grasp on everything again, just to make sure I remember where everything is. So let's continue on the correct way. Anyway, I keep having to mute my microphone for some stupid reason, but anyway, so as we saw there, lucky 15, jeez Mario, I failed spectacularly to hit this guy in the overworld, but dodging these spinies and then hitting them afterwards isn't a big deal. Most people that I know anyway usually skip through this part because these enemies honestly aren't really worth killing, but I'm going to kill a few of them just to show them off a little bit. And the cool thing about the hammer is if the enemy's speed is lower than yours, then they can be stunned for a couple of turns, and that can help pretty a lot when it comes to some enemies, although I'm not really going to focus too much on that. So Luigi's is pretty high. Let's get his, his power and his hit points are pretty high. I wanted to get his points up, but he apparently didn't want to listen. Now, the problem with the hammer, you have to remember to push L again to get rid of it, because you can't jump when it's selected. And this one, I'm probably going to have to fight. Come here! And if you take too long to swing the hammer, or if you miss or something, then your hammerhead will break off, and then it does really low amounts of damage. So that's always pretty funny when that happens, but I'll try to avoid doing that. And yeah, these guys only give like 4 experience, so they're hardly even worth killing. But this really is the glorious world of Beanbean Kingdom, so this sign lets you know the castle town is south, and okay, these guys are kind of fun. Let's fight these guys. They're these weird little worm enemies. Okay, that's like the second time I've missed with Luigi there. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Oh! Okay, so I did that one too early. It's gonna take me a little while to get used to these enemies again. And of course, you can't actually jump on the spinies, but you can hammer those guys or jump on them all you want. And then there's this place here that we're gonna come back to because there's a pipe there, but we can't get into it yet. And then there's... this will come into use later. We can get to that cave later. But for now, I think I'm gonna go grab a pipe down to the south here. And that's the way we're supposed to go, but we're gonna break the rules a little bit, and we're gonna try to avoid that guy. Let's just avoid everybody. And there's a pipe over here. Let's see, way more bean spots. So there we go, we have our second pipe, and there's gonna be another one inside the castle town that we'll get a hold of. Whoops, not that way. We will eventually go that way, but not yet. Ah! Hate those things. Okay, out of my way, and can't do anything there yet, so we pretty much are useless in the overworld until we get through Chucklehuck Woods, which is going to be in the next 2 areas, but for now we're going to take a look at this destroyed town. That's always glorious. The horror! And we're going to go into this shop first just to see what they have. Let's buy and see what they've got. We're probably gonna want 5 of these. These can come in handy, but I think I have enough of those. I have no idea what kind of thing either of these are. Now this guy doesn't have armor yet, but he will sell clothes and badges, so we'll do that later. This guy's always kind of funny. Apparently getting a hold of the Beanstar is really bad. And this place is amazing, but I will only talk about that when we finally get there. So there's a save point coming up. I don't know if I have to do the dialogue yet. No, okay. So I'm going to save here, and we will continue through the Beanbean Castle in the next video. Superstar Saga playthrough, so now we're going to be going through Beanbean Castle, but first we have to get into the castle. Yep, so our story is too wacky for these low-life guards, but anyway, this is Beanbean Castle, one of the coolest places in this game, but it's also kind of annoying in a way, and we can't go in there quite yet. Now, I think... let's just take a look. No, okay, I thought there was a pathway there, but anyway, we're gonna have to go over here to the left, and then we're gonna run into Lima Bean. So we're going back to our plumbing roots, and now we have to fix all the plumbing inside the castle of Beanbean Castle. And this one's actually not a terrible area. I kind of like this place. Although it's kind of annoying because you have to go through these first 3 areas, the Stardust Fields, the Hoohoo Mountain, and now the castle before you can get to the actual fun stuff. So anyway, we're going to be running into a few reused enemies, and these guys are exactly like the ones in Stardust Plains, except they just attack a little bit faster. And they're a little bit tougher because they're a different color. That's always true, isn't it? Even like in Diablo 2, they'd have the exact same enemies, recolor them, rename them. It's always kind of funny when they do that. But maybe if they did that in Diablo 3, it wouldn't have sucked so bad. Anyway, so we need to use our hammer to put down the maintenance for the stoppers so we can plug all the leaky holes. Now we need to open up all of the, or close all of these so we can actually open up that final gate, and we don't have to defeat everybody, but I do want some experience, so I think I'm going to. Now these spinies are a little bit tougher than the ones that we've already run into, and there's a few attacks they do. That one's probably the easiest to dodge. No, don't jump. Don't jump. Let's hammer you away. That's a good lucky. Nope. Don't jump. Okay, there we go. Oh no, Luigi! What are you doing? Like, you're supposed to pick up the hammer there. Dang. Alright. Oh, I almost jumped on that guy. Bam! Hammer you down to the floor, and you're probably gonna wake up. Not yet, okay. Alright, and see, this is pretty useful when they're stunned for a few turns. Although Luigi is at pretty low health and I don't really like it, so I may give him a mushroom here. This is odd because I don't usually use mushrooms too often, and I'm surprised I'm having to here. Oh, Luigi. Good, you're attacking Mario for once when Luigi's down, so that's a good sign. And I think that's going to be 1 hit point away from killing this guy, but that's why this exists. Alright, let's just give Luigi a mushroom to be safe. Okay, now let's go get a few more of those stops. Let's try to double jump on you. I'm tired of getting knocked down with Luigi. I don't know why they sometimes do 2 jumps before they attack you. That's kind of odd. Oh, whoops, I hit the button too early. Not that it matters, Luigi wouldn't have killed him anyway. Bam! Now for this one we have to get the stoppers to come up first, the corks, and then we'll be able to smash them in. Dang, didn't kill you, but this one should. What's always really annoying is when you know a hit's gonna kill them last, or I mean the last hit is gonna kill them and then you get a lucky, and it's like, darn it, could have gotten that lucky on another character, on another enemy. Kinda like that one. Oh well. Let's take this guy out. These spinies are a little bit hard to hit just because of the way that they attack you and the way that they move around. So I'm gonna go after the spinies over whatever the heck those things are called. Those buzzfly things. What are they called? Superflies, okay. And that's just because the spinies are a little bit tougher. I mean, these guys, so easy to dodge them, but the spinies, one of their attacks is just kind of annoying, like this one. So that one you just have to wait a second, and then you can whack them. Okay, Mario, what the heck should I get up for you? How many ones? That doesn't look like it has a lot of ones. 3, not bad. And you, Luigi, I kinda want to get your power up, but it's already 29, so how about that one? No, not a lot of ones either. I'll be using these a lot for bosses, so having a pretty good stock of bros points is always good. So we're gonna smash this one down, which we have to, and that's gonna spawn 2 of these enemies, which is always kind of annoying, but what, you know, what else are you gonna do? And I could have used that lucky on another one. Oh well, what am I at? 7 minutes? Not bad. Okay. Oh, too early. Or too late, I mean. I don't know why I'm hammering him, but okay, whatever works. Oh, too early that time, alright. Dang. I hadn't missed him before, and now suddenly I am, so that's weird. Okay, other guy. Oh, darn. Well, that was the wrong spiny, but whatever. Superfly being a super attack and super missing as I super jump on him. Haha. Darn it. And as I super hammer him into the face. Anyway, so this is kind of an interesting mechanic here. I just want to take out this last guy, I think. Can I jump on you guys for once? Good. Now, if you jump on a guy and he's not a spiny, like if he's jumpable on him, then you'll just damage all the other guys. Which is kind of nice that they don't damage you when... Like, how are you supposed to know there's a spiny in this fight, and then you jump on it and then you take damage? Like, that'd be really annoying. And this analog stick is not doing well for me. Wow, that could have been used on anything else. That doesn't matter, he's dead. Okay, Superfly. Pretty good finishing there, although Mario's health is way too low for my liking. So now we're gonna spin here to open up this valve, and that will pop up the other two corks. And once we smash these in, we'll be able to continue on with the area. Okay, now I think there should be a save point somewhat soon, maybe not. Oh, that was bad. I should have just... Oh, that's really bad. Okay, I think Luigi attacks first anyway, so... Dang it, I keep attacking the one down there. Nope, no! Okay, 4 damage isn't too bad. But, gotta give payback by killing this guy's friend before we kill him. The analog stick, the analog stick, the analog stick. It's too sensitive. I should use the D-pad on the Wii U. I should quit using the analog stick. Although the analog stick's better for moving around, so I don't know. I think if I do this, a guy will come out. Yeah. Aw, man. They always get me too early. It's kind of annoying. I keep doing it. Okay, it doesn't matter, he's dead. Cool, that was nice. And we'll just super defeat all of these guys. Wow. I just can't jump or hit anybody, apparently. What am I at? 11 minutes, so getting somewhat close to the end of this particular area, I think. I mean, there's still a few places I need to do, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so 4 enemies here. I think this is one of the encounters with the most amount of enemies in this area. I mean, there's a few encounters later that'll have a lot of enemies, but none of them are quite nearly as many in this game as there are in, like, Dream Team, because in Dream Team, especially near the end, there are so many enemies, and you have to use Luigi's special dream powers to get through them. It's pretty fun. Man, Dream Team is such a good game, but it's so long. Like, this game, I'll probably have beat, hopefully less than 20 hours time played, but Dream Team is like a 48-hour long game. It's ridiculous. Okay, well, let's up our crit chance here. 3 is not bad. And Luigi leveled up too, cool. And I'm only doing this because I kind of try to keep everything somewhat the same. Luigi's is particularly low here. Oh man, if I'd gotten a 4, that would have been best, but Oh well, any chance to raise it is good. Okay. So, I need to raise that up again, and... how do I do this? Let's see. Oh wait, I remember now. Okay. This way. I'm like, do I spin that again? No, that's not it. Okay, there we go. Oh, I think I remember this pathway. I probably don't. But let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think it was this one. That one. Yes. No! Okay. I think I had the first two correct. There we go. Okay, so I was just one off. That's kind of an odd puzzle, but there we are. And there's no enemies in here. I thought there were, but I guess there's not. And this should open up all of those pumps and the waters and the corks, whatever the heck you want to call them. I think this may actually be the last area in this place, so we'll see. I'm not remembering there being anything else. But there might be. I don't think there is, though. Anyway, one final enemy, unless there's more. So I think I'm just gonna take out these guys, although I could have used that lucky on the spiny, dang it. So let's hammer you down, Spiny. 7 damage, I don't think that went up. Maybe it did. Not bad, already at over 1,000 experience. Yeah, okay, that was the last area. Okay, so this is the final cork, and there's a save over there as well as a room that has interesting stuff in it. Like the real lima bean. So first we're gonna walk into here before we go save the Bean Star, and let's get a couple of mushrooms, because these will come in handy since a boss fight is coming up next. Then we can talk to this Bean person who is so frightened that they refuse to leave, cannot make me, although I think I'd be more afraid of being inside these sewers than I would be facing Cacletta. Alright, so with that save, that will be the end of this video.